Welcome back to another 31-minute podcast.
Hey.
I've got T-Man, Tommy
Morning,
himself.
Morning. Thanks, mate.
And Jackson hasn't got a microphone, but he's here.
Hey, Jackie.
So, Tommy, let's get straight into this as I always like to. I know your time's very limited. We were just talking about how limited your time is before we got onto this and what we view and what we don't view. And then we were talking about politics, and
Yes.
I want to talk about that later as well. But let's go straight to the source.
Yeah.
What is gut health? And I want you to speak slowly
Yes.
so people can understand you.
Yes, I got
Because
you.
when you get excited, it's hard to understand you.
Insane, yeah.
So what is gut health? Because I'll tell you the reason before you answer. A lot of people, I think, are confused about what do they need to do? What does it mean? What supplements do they take? Like, what is the, let's go exactly what is gut health from an expert.
So if you look at your backyard and you have a massive garden of flowers, that is your gut. If you don't look after it, you will get weed, you will get things, the flower just dies, they get rotten, it gets overgrown, undergrown. So gut is the same thing. It has over 130 billion trillions of friendly bacteria. They're all in the groups. You got the stress groups, you have the anxiety groups, you have the happiness groups, all groups, and they stick together. So when you don't look after your garden, you don't look after your gut, some of the groups start dying off, the good groups, and the bad groups, they accumulate. And the brain remembers this. So let's say if you drink no water and drink a lot of coffee, a lot of milk in it, you do a lot of gluten, the friendly bacteria, they can't use this. They would die off because there is no fuel. Then the bad bacteria, they're going to love this to grow. So all of a sudden, as the signal goes to the brain, all you hear is just bad stuff. Depression, your anxiety, your mood, you're short-tempered, all things that you don't need to have. So the gut itself sends signals to the brain as your driver, which is your GPS, and then everything just goes out of control. So you want to keep the garden nice and tidy. You need the bad stuff. We also need good stuff. We need more of the good stuff in the body. So the reason people get stressed out, the anxiety, the mood swings, the depression, everything else, because we know now if you don't absorb your iron, we do have a pocket of friendly bacteria that they only absorb iron. You're not iron deficient. You're not absorbing the iron. If you get cranky for no reason at all, it's not you, it's not the environment. We do have pocket of bacteria that are designed to prevent from that being cranky. So as you lose those pockets, those groups together, they become minority. The more minority your groups, then they get backed out. So the whole idea is to feed the good bacteria. And the whole thing is gut health. Gut health is everything. Your depression, your anxiety, your mood, decision-making, your sex drive, sleep patterns, skin, your outlook, it all has to do with gut health. Your brain takes a lot of credit, always did. Brain is the laziest organ in the body. Brain wants to remember things, memorize things. So if I come home and I'm angry, I get a glass of beer. Brain says, oh, great. I could just give him beer and he's happy. Great. Doesn't want to do anything extra. Doesn't say, how time to go for a sprint, go for a walk. The brain remembers alcohol make him calm. So when I come home next time, it's not a habit. It's the brain. This guy sending signal to this guy, get him a beer. So that becomes a bad habit. So the more good bacteria you have, the more friendly bacteria groups you have, then your life is a lot better. The more you destroy them, then life actually starts getting out of control. Yeah.
So let me drill down on that. So in your gut, there's a whole lot of bacteria.
Yes.
But the bacteria is different depending on what its job is.
Yes.
So when I was eating chicken and rice all the time, I used to eat no vegetables.
Correct.
Zero.
Yeah.
Chicken, rice, eggs, Wheat Bix.
Yeah.
But I looked grey.
Yeah.
So is that why? Because the good bacteria dries up. So you're saying you've got to feed it to keep it alive.
Yeah, you want diversity.
Yeah, and if you don't feed it, it dies off.
Correct.
Okay.
So in your case, you have wheat, which is, everybody does Wheat Bix, we love it. It's the worst food to have. There's no food anyway. You had Wheat Bix, you got chicken, and you got rice. So the friendly bacteria feed off fiber. Fiber only comes from vegetables. Don't have vegetables, you got no fiber. Friendly bacteria, they love fiber to grow. The bigger they go, the better for you. All of a sudden, there's like, you have 4 types of bacteria. You got chicken bacteria per se, you got your rice, you got the food. You only have 4 types of bacteria. Everything else is going to die around it. And then you look grayer.
So is that why your skin looks like that?
Yeah, because the liver goes funny.
Does your skin mimic your gut health?
100%. Skin is your 100% reflection of your gut. I don't have to talk to anybody who could look at the eyes, how the eyes look like, glossy, motty, dark, bright, sparkly, and the skin. I don't care about the hair and nail. I could tell you exactly what's on the inside.
Really?
It's so easy because this is literally is the mirror of what's in there. It's not a bad sleep. Well, I got a bad night's sleep. That's not that. It's all in there. It takes not too long to fix this, but it's just like it's 100% reaction of what's happening on the inside on the skin.
Someone said to me on that video Jackson and I did, and it was like when I was like 30 and or 20 something, 30 and whatever, then the bodybuilding, like ended up bigger and bodybuilding. They said even your eyes are different.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because so you have all the all living organs, right? There's nothing in the body is dead. Everything is living organ. As you don't feel them, they're gonna look funny. If you don't wax your car, the color is gonna be not shinier. It'll be like dark and yucky. When you shine a car, it looks like amazing. So eyes are is the window of into your intestine, into your gut. Thanks, mate. That's what they are. So all of a sudden, if your gut is not happy, they go cloudy, they go dark. They don't be spark. They're like, babies, how the eyes are sparkling, and then as they feeding them stuff.
Like summer.
Yeah, it's like in the cartoon, like a toy, right?
Yeah.
And then once they're feeding them food, like adult food, then it gets darker and darker and darker because there's not enough good stuff in it. So in olden days, they didn't have blood tests. You talk about years, 1,000 years, 100 years, 200 years ago. There's no blood test. There's no stool test. There's no DNA test. They look at your face. They look at your eyes. We do have something called iridology, which we use special camera into your eyes. They tell you every single thing about you internally. It's amazing. Your kidneys, your liver, and this is proven.
When I was a drug addict, all my eyes were yellow around all the white. Yeah. In the white parts of my eyes, they were yellow.
Yeah, that's all has to be liver. If a liver enzyme is going out of control, you get like a yellow eyes, then yellow skin, and then gray skin. It just goes gray. If you look at the bodybuilders when they're young, they look amazing. Then you follow them through the days and then skin goes funnier, thicker.
Do they get the spots on them?
Yeah.
On the face?
Yes, yeah. Thicker, spots everywhere, just not very healthy looking.
Yeah.
And then you get to late 30s and then 40s and 50s. They're like, oh, geez, they look like 80. And then you don't see old bodybuilders.
No.
They're gone. You don't survive that many years. The liver, the kidneys, the intestinal, it all gets...
I want to ask you about testosterone today as well. It's a very hot topic at the moment. And women's hormones. I've had somebody that wants me to ask you about women's hormones. Yeah. But so how do hormones actually affect your energy? Oh, sorry, can we go back let's finish on the gut health. Yeah. So your garden...
Yes.
Which is a great way to look at it. I've never really thought about looking at it that way. So you got to feed. That's why diversity is so important with your gut.
So important.
And you said good and bad. Like, is it okay to eat some bad stuff?
No, you don't want to have bad stuff.
No.
But you don't want to eat bad stuff. But the body naturally has bad bacteria. They're there for a reason.
Right.
But you don't want to feed them.
What do the bad ones do?
Well, it's designed to do is challenge your immune system.
Yeah.
If something happens.
Oh, they're just in there.
Yeah, they're in there for that purpose.
Yeah.
If something happens, when you're fasting, the body sacrifices them to kill them first, and then the good stuff gets killed. So they're designed to be sacrificed. That's really what it's for. The body knows, if Matt gets sick, I'm going to use these guys first.
So with my limited knowledge that I've got from you and Mick, you take care of your garden, which is your diet and your hydration and your sleep.
Correct.
Yeah? Yeah. And your hormones, I guess,
it all becomes part of it.
Are in that.
Yeah.
And then that feeds your mitochondria.
Correct.
And your mitochondria is in each cell.
It's every cell.
And it's a motor, and that's where your energy comes from.
Yes.
So if you're lacking energy, it's not so much, and that's why energy drinks and things, it's not really fixing anything.
So bad.
Yeah, because it's if you go back to the source, the real problem is your diversity, 100%. The healthiness of your garden in your gut.
Yes.
Is that it?
100%.
Yeah.
If you look at, if you go to the supermarket today, I would say up to 90% of what's in there.
In the supermarket?
Yeah. 90% in there. It wasn't here 100 years ago. And people survived. They work 10 hours a day, 15-hour day. They went to wars. They didn't have all the 90% was in the supermarket. It wasn't here 100 years ago. So, and nobody was tired then compared to what
Look at all the sickness today.
So it's not, the human body hasn't changed since day one. You don't have extra organ. You're not lacking any organ. So you are 100% the way you were 100,000 or 200,000 million years ago, right? Nothing has changed. The only thing has changed is our food.
I had a message from a friend, Kira, last night, and she asked me about bone broth.
Yeah.
Can I tell you what I said? I may be wrong, so can you tell me if I'm wrong? She said, what's your view on bone broth? And I said, my limited knowledge.
Yeah.
You got to understand, I've never studied this stuff. I've only learnt.
Right.
So, and practiced.
Yeah.
But I see bone broth as like, I said to her, like she's a pro surfer.
Yeah.
And I said to her, you got to see it as like levels of knowledge in a way. And there's different types of wax.
Yes.
Like a pro surfer would use sex wax.
Right.
Someone that's sort of learning to intermediate would use Mrs. Palmer's, which is not as good. It's a bit slipperier, but it's wax.
Yeah.
So I would see bone broth as almost like a beginner level gut health.
Very much so.
Gut health thing you do, which is not a bad thing, but it's not a great thing.
No.
Can you tell me?
You said perfectly. So the reason bone broth or beef works when you have digestive issue, because they're 100%, they have a lot of glutamine in them. So they have a lot of glutamine in them. Oh, I feel amazing when I do my bone broth. Yes, because bone broth and beef has glutamine, which you already taken. But then cut the source, go into the middle, which is the glutamine.
Glutamine. So that's the thing that I take that you make. Did
Correct.
you bring some more today? I've run out.
Oh,
good.
Yeah.
Thanks.
So what happens also, don't forget, when the bone broth, right? So where it's made, what kind of cow they use, what part of cow they use, was the skin, was the hoof, was the eye, they don't tell you. So all they do is they take the carcasses of the cows, it gets cooked up, the skin on the top, take that off, it gets freeze-dried, processed, and becomes collagen. Very good for you. But then you have companies that use the worst cows, not grass-fed, not organic, they use chemical in them. The companies that use like any part of a cow that is unusable. They just boil it to get the stuff out of it. But you could eat food that produces 10 times more bone broth than anything else. Have avocados, have your sardines, have your nuts, have your seeds, have your vegetables, have your berries. They all produce glutamine, which affects your gut. So bone broth, I think, it's not new, going on quite a few years. It's a big thing now these days.
Yeah.
But here they get the most results because they're unhealthiest people, because they're bad gut, acidic gut, bad digestions. What they eat is very acidic, so they do the bone broth and they feel, I feel amazing. Yes, because glutamine, it heals the gut lining. But if the food you're eating is healing itself, then you don't need bone broth. And environmentally, we know it's not healthy to get this many cows as they go to market to get killed and to get chopped up. You have to use so much bone and skin to make collagen and bone broth. So environmentally, it's a big footprint. So
is bone broth and collagen the same thing?
So collagen comes from the cows. Bone broth is liquid. It comes in the same process, but then collagen is more concentrated.
So do you need to take collagen if you're eating right?
No.
Because I used to take collagen and I stopped it.
No, I don't take collagen.
Yeah.
Just because the source of it, I don't care what brand you're promoting. They're promoting all the same. Cow get killed. It goes to processing area. They take the skin or things. They boil it. They take the fat out. They take the hydrolyzed stuff out of it. It's freeze dried. Becomes a powder. Just eat real food. I can't do it because it's animal based.
Well, you're the best walking advertisement
what's
for
funny,
no collagen.
There's a vegan collagen. Look in there. It's berries, vegetables.
Just eat the things anyway.
Just eat it.
Because I think a lot of it comes down to the discipline of eating right.
Well, it's a respect.
And knowing what you got to do. Let's keep going because I've got other things around this. So do hormones affect your energy?
100%.
Yeah. So what if a woman is getting to premenopause or menopause or something like that?
Yeah.
What do they do? Like, because I've had women contact me saying, can you get a hormone specialist on? I don't know one.
There's few out there.
Yeah.
The thing is
there someone I should be getting on here or do you know enough to talk about it now?
I don't know enough to talk about it. Like I know a lot about it, but it's not my line of things. So, but with the hormones, as we get, when you're a teenager, everything's high, and then you get adult, and then you get older, testosterone goes up, it goes down here, same with the girls, right? So with the hormones, as they get to the premenopausal age, men they go to TRT, which is the doctors, is like chemical space, which I don't like, a lot of side effects there. So as the guys, they go on it. But the food that you eat, between food and fasting and very few supplements, you could balance your hormones. If you ask your grandparents, if they're alive, they didn't know what menopause was. They went right through it. My mother, I had no idea my mother had menopause. She had no idea herself either, because they didn't eat the food we eat today. They ate real good food. They fasted all day because they were farmers. No junk, no alcohol, no sweets, no. So their life was very different. So if you look at the menopause symptoms 50 years ago or 60 or 70 years ago, it was very different than it is today. Today it comes with a lot of massive more stuff. No sex drive, mood swings, the depression, the gaining weights. So it has changed the symptoms because the food has changed.
So let me just drill down into that. So what you're saying is the effects of the women's changing
is due to
hormones
food. Yes.
Is the lifestyle with a lot of people, what the quality of food they're eating,
100%.
the things that they're doing, the stress of the world, and things like that.
But you're going to go through menopause regardless, right? Yeah. But it could go very gently, it could go very gracefully with the least amount of side effects. I got people in the 50s, full-on menopause, early 50s, this super shredded, skin amazing. Look at lifestyle. There's no alcohol, there's no this, there's no that. They eat clean, they train every day, they fast every day. There's so much stuff we could do, but it's just like the food becomes medicine or food becomes to make me happy. And if you go for food to make you happy because I crave this sweet, I crave this, then it's going to be trouble. You're going to just feed the fire constantly.
Yeah. So a lot of people have asked about how you match my diet to my bloods or just in general, not just me, but I'd use me as an example. Okay. So I started just eating colours originally. Yeah. And then that was just, well, before I actually even met you, someone told me, maybe Mick, told me eating colours. Yes. So I ate 4 colours per meal, and then that grew and then got more into it, and then I was taking the pods and things, but then I met you, and then you slowly got me onto bit more. Yeah. And then you brought out the big guns and said, go get your bloods done, answer all these things. Yeah. And then I've never stopped from that meal plan, and we're just about to get the bloods done again in a few weeks.
Yes.
So how do you actually match? What are you doing?
Okay, so
because people ask me all the time, and I say I don't know. I'm not Tommy.
So blood is probably for me is the most accurate story of your life. Hopefully you have a couple of years of it, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, whatever time you have on your history. It tells you where you've been, and if this doesn't change, where you're going to end up. So look at your blood test, look at your cholesterol, your triglyceride, your liver enzyme, your kidney enzymes, your iron levels, your few things. Okay, Matt is very acidic here. He has fatty liver. He's very dehydrated. Oh, he doesn't have enough good fats. There's no greens here. The blood tells you what is missing. It's like when you drive a car and the dashboard and the light pops up, a flat tire or oil or water or whatever it is. The body has the same exact machinery internally. The blood tells me, hey, this is flashing. I don't care about cholesterol. The higher, the better. This is like the biggest, I get in trouble for this all the time. So cholesterol, the more your cholesterol, the better. No one's ever died from cholesterol. People with high cholesterol, they never, ever, ever have Alzheimer's or dementia because cholesterol is what feeds the brain. So when you do medication to block your cholesterol, you're actually affecting the brain fuel. Then you get short-term memory. One of the main side effects of medication for cholesterol is Alzheimer's, dementia, short-term memory. So, but there's different cholesterol panels. So I look at the panels. Okay, too much triglycerides. That means he's eating too much carbohydrate. Insulin is too high. That means you go dinner at nighttime, get up the next day, go to the doctor's office, you still have high insulin. So that means your pancreas is not working too much or working too hard. So it just tells me with what you have done that this happened. Just like no different than a mechanic. It's on, now you plug the machine in the computer, they see everything happen to your car. This blood test is plugged into your internal. It's so easy.
So your bloods are an indicator of how your lifestyle.
100%. Okay. Yeah. I don't have to ask any question. I just know. But there's the question I ask. So if Matt hates sardine, then I can't give him sardine. I will say, take a look at sardine for next month or so. But I could tell, you don't like this food, I could work around you. Because if I say, Matt, don't ever touch this. realistically, you have to do it. If I give you like a sentence, like going to the prison, you're not going to do it. It's not fun. So the way I do mine, I'll work with what you like and what you're supposed to add on. And bit by bit by bit, as you see results, then you do more. That's why they didn't give you like, Matt, you're going to have 30 vegetables a day. Like, well, I'm not eating 30 vegetables a day. You'd be sick. You'd be so, because you don't have the enzyme to break them down. So I had to go step by step by step.
There you go. Yeah. So the reason you start slowly.
Yeah.
So if you just jumped from me being grey to the meal plan I'm on today, which is quite involved, and I cook all of it.
Yes.
One, I wouldn't have done it.
Yeah.
But two, my body wasn't ready for it.
Number one, you wouldn't have done it. And for me, when a person trying to be healthy, and you know how I've talked about brain has memory. So if you do something and you fail, the brain remembers. So next time you have more chance of failing, the more you try, the more you fail, the brain remembers. He does this, he's not going to do it. And that affects you because I tried last time, I got sick as a dog. I don't want to do it. So A, you're not ready, but you're also detoxing. You can't come to his house, say, okay, I haven't cleaned this house for 40 years, 50 years. I want to do all in one day. There's no way you could do all in one day. It'd be disaster.
Because you get diarrhea and
everything. You get the headaches, the diarrhea. A lot of people get constipated badly because they go off 4 cups of coffee to no coffee. Then all of a sudden, colon says, I don't know how to do this. I've forgotten this. So it's a lot of side effects, good side effects, which is the diarrhea, your constipation, headaches, the migraine, mood swing. People like, they used to do drugs. It feels like they've gone back to drug days. Withdrawal. You get the shakes, the sweats, the freezing, the laughing, the crying.
I did.
Yeah.
I got sweats at night.
Yes. Yeah. That's part of that. That's the body's, okay, Matt is doing it right. This
I woke up one night full puddle, a few nights actually, and like I wet the bed, but all around my head.
Everywhere, yeah. that's part of it. But if you do all in one go, it's unethical for me to do that to you. It's unfair to you, unfair to your family and your work. And
I broke out in a rash. And I remember I showed you the school sores, and I said, "What the hell is these things?" Yeah. And you were like, "That's just the liver detoxing." That's it, and I've still got like sort of.
They go away,
still going.
Yeah.
Like it's.
So the thing is, the skin is the largest living organ. Yeah. Either you poo, you pee, you sweat, you vomit, or skin comes out. So the body says, "Oh, I got this stuff. Yeah, all right, I'm gonna put it out somewhere." As you pee, it goes out. Doesn't pee, it has to come out. The body doesn't want this stuff in there. It doesn't have to be there. Like your garbage bins, if it's full, you're going to take it out. The body's like, this he's doing help me out here. I got to put this out. So you might get rashes. You get like,
So is everyone's blood that you read different? So you create a different diet for each person's blood?
Yeah. So the basic is always the same. Don't eat this, don't eat this, don't do that. But the specific for their particular person.
What they need.
Yeah.
Yeah, and supplements are the same, I guess.
Very different too. Not everybody needs supplements. Like I'm not a big supplement person, but I know you have to eat like the bag of pepitas to get your zinc. Are you going to do it? I'm not going to do it. So I just give them.
Sorry, the supplements that you prescribe is say that again.
So it's hard to get those supplements from food base. Food is your first thing. These are supplements you're adding to your diet. So if I give you, I don't like to give you supplements, but there's no way you could eat the amount of food to get what I want. I want to give him like a 50 milligrams of zinc. You're going to have like 20 oysters. Oysters not good for you. You're going to have a bag of pepitas, pumpkin seeds. Who's going to eat a bag a day? So I have to give supplements to aid them quicker to the goal. That's all it does. Okay. Supporting. It's supporting the cancer,
Okay, that's interesting. So can you explain microbiome and mitochondria? I know we talk about it, and I know I sort of have a bit of an understanding because I've been around you and Mick. But so microbiome, when you call that, what is it?
So you have microbiota, which is the actual good bacteria, bad bacteria. Microbiome is where they live. The home, the environment, where they stay, that's microbiome.
Oh, so it's like the house.
It's the house it's a garden. Okay. That's a whole garden.
So when you're doing a microbiome test, what is that? Like I know it's your poo test.
Yes.
So you take a bit of poo off, you put it in, you send it off to a lab, and they come back and they say?
Correct. So same as if I go to your backyard, you got a nice garden. You got this flower, that flower, this flower. Oh, don't have any of this. This is dying. That's not healthy. There's too much weed in there. So microbiome test, which is a poo test, it tells you this bacteria is overgrown, which is not good. This one don't have enough, which is not good. It tells you what's inside right away. And
so your gut flora?
Gut floras, all the bacteria in there. They tell you what's happening, the groups, what do you have less, what do you have more. And then from there, you create a meal plan. To me, if you eat health, that's why I've never done it for people, because costly.
So you don't do microbiome for people?
I look at if they have it.
You do blood?
I just do blood.
And you look at the microbiome if
they have it, yeah.
Yeah, but you don't put as much emphasis on the microbiome as the bloods.
So see, the thing is, gut is the place to start, where the guts, everything starts in the gut. And microbiome gives you a massive lift. But then it takes it doesn't take a long time to fix it. But the thing is, if you eat healthy, enough fiber, enough veggies, enough fruit, cut down junk stuff there, the microbiome changes. Yes, you're born with this particular microbiome. According to where you eat, what you eat, moisturizer, your perfume, your shampoos, it changes throughout the life, right? It gets better, it gets worse. But it's like DNA. You're not going to die with it. You could change things. Doesn't matter how bad the microbiome is or DNA is or history or background is. You could change everything. Doesn't matter how you're born with, what you're born with. It's like everything is fixable. That's why I don't do all the testing. It costs a lot of money. Yes, like I do say, this person, I look at the blood test, I look at what they're eating, and then they tell me the symptoms. I say, oh yeah, this definitely has this problem. I'll write everything, right? Then look at the microbiome. Well, same there.
So can I just drill down on this?
Yeah.
This is interesting.
Yeah.
So the blood test is like behavioral.
100%.
So what you're looking at is what's their behavior, regardless of what they say to you.
Yeah, yeah.
So you're actually seeing really how they're living.
They tell me, I drink so much water, I'm going to,
yeah.
Not there.
And your microbiome, it's interesting you said you're born with a certain microbiome.
Yeah, you're born with certain bacteria.
Okay, so that's sort of their, not genetic
it's like
makeup,
map.
but that's there.
It's like a canvas.
Okay. So
So go.
No. So, if you fix your bloods first, does that go to your microbiome?
Well, but the blood gets fixed from your food.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Food has to go there first.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, 100%.
So is that like it's almost like the dashboard on your car?
So, but that's exactly
and
what
you're sort of making sure all the instruments are running right.
Exactly.
And your microbiome's going to benefit anyway.
Exactly. End of the day, like let's say, so Summer was born with this much microbiota, and then according to what you feed her, what kind of shampoo, what kind of air, who she played with, got dog is great, got cat great, it's amazing to have an animal at home. So it gets better and better and better. She eats everything, great. But certain kids only eat like one particular thing. They want just one thing every day.
Say that again. Like, your accent was too strong.
Sorry. So I learned English when I was in my 30s.
Yeah.
Sorry, so I keep forgetting that.
I don't want people to miss this because this is the basis of it all.
So when we look at Summer, right? So she was born with particular microbiome due to her mom and due to you guys and what she was fed at the time, Tara. Then as she's born, what you're feeding her, shampoo she uses is, the moisturizer she uses is, all that stuff will change the microbiome. She eats everything. Great. The more diversity, brain better growth. Not gonna get sick. If she gets sick, she recovers more quickly. Some children, they only eat one type of food. I don't want that. They only eat rice crackers or they only eat one thing. And then you could see by the time they get 2 or 3, then there's autistic issues there.
Celiac.
Well, celiac not yet.
No.
But then behavioral issues there. They're moody. They're not gentle because
a flow-on effect.
Exactly, because the backyard that you give him with beef with canvas, you only put one flower in it. They can't live in anything else. If it's too cold, it's too hot, you don't have variety. So that's why you want to give the children or anybody diversity of different food. Don't get them stuck in one thing. Give them carrot, give them avocados, give them nuts, give them piece of chicken, give them everything. The more they eat now, the better for the gut bacteria. You're feeding the bacteria. If you just give them one type of food, it's a trouble. That's why you give the children breast milk because mother's eating healthy. She gets everything. But if you're not breastfeeding, then give him everything. Bit of broccoli, bit of ginger, bit of this.
Give everything.
They're brand new. They have no idea what they're eating. They don't like it, you just put it there. So
understand.
Yeah.
Okay, can you get a couple of photos over my shoulder as well? Okay, so with your sleep cycle.
Yes.
So I've got about 5 more things. So I hope people are enjoying this because I'm learning so much. And it's interesting with gut health. You think you know I do. I think I know a lot, and then I don't.
Well,
And
no one
because
knows a
I
lot.
talk about this, and I'm like, that's interesting. And I'm putting all the pieces of the puzzle together in my head because it helps with your behavioral thinking.
100%.
So when I'm like out there, do I eat this? Do I not eat this? Do I, all of this goes together to create optimum performance.
Yes.
So with your sleep cycle, you don't sleep a lot.
No. So before, just going to finish one thing about the gut stuff. So we know now, we know I don't know how many years ago, that when you go on one cycle of antibiotic, just one cycle, affects all the good bacteria, affects the emotional.
So one
cycle. If you're sick, I got sore throat, like Jacko, I rest.
Yeah.
I feel great. No, I want to go to doctors.
Hands in the air.
So you go to doctors, and then you get antibiotic. I feel great. But that one cycle, which is only a week, mild, not even strong antibiotics, it would literally destroy your gut bacteria, your microbiome for a long time. The number one that affects you, we know now, is your mood. Get affected by antibiotics. The weight loss, the Ozempic. We know Ozempic is been
So hang on a minute. Hang on before you go into Ozempic. So if you take, so what's the alternative?
Well,
because you go to the doctor, they say take this. That's all they do now. They give some. So what's the alternative?
Well, if you're not dying, just stay home, make a chicken soup, make a veggie soup, put some garlic in it, get some honey and lemon juice and ginger tea, and just rest. The body tells you, hey, I need to rest. You know when you drive in a car and the temperature goes up and what does that tell you? Go faster? No. Slow down, cool the car off. That's what the body tells you. Just rest a little bit. Have a couple nights good sleep. That's all the body is telling you. We ignore it, and get really sick. And antibiotics, what is that going to kill? Yes, it kills what's in here, what's in there. But it can't, like imagine if you have to, those chemicals they spray to kill the weed.
Yeah.
You can't go spray in your backyard. You kill everything.
The Roundup.
Yeah, the Roundup.
Yeah.
It will kill everything, right? You only have to go aim at that particular thing. Antibiotic just kills everything. And then all of a sudden you go to depression, you get the mood, you get the constipation, you just go and you get sick again.
Yeah.
So it just never stops.
So on your advice, I eat red onion and raw garlic,
the best thing,
and raw ginger every day, twice a day, with both meals.
So those things have natural penicillin.
Yes, that's what. And you said to me they're natural antibiotics.
Yes, 100%. Yeah. Like raw onions has quercetin, which is the best thing for allergies, antihistamine, anti-inflammatory. It's the best thing. Garlic is old school antibiotic.
Yeah.
In the olden days they used to put garlic around them to fight evil.
Yeah.
That's what garlic does. It fights everything. Is the oldest
I don't
medicine.
smell good now, but sometimes
you could swallow it.
Sometimes if Tara, sorry, Jacko, sometimes if Tara's in the mood, she's like, "Have you had all that garlic today? I'm not touching it."
What you could do, you don't have to chew it. You could honestly cut it small pieces.
Yeah.
Let it stay on the counter for 5-10 minutes.
I grate it.
Or just swallow it.
I just swallow
it. You
it.
don't have to eat it. You could just swallow.
It's so hot. Sometimes I eat so much that I'm crying because it's so hot.
But that's mad, isn't it? You can't do small. You can't do.
It's like boiling.
One better, I do 10 garlic.
Cold sores.
So cold sores are very common, and it's such a simple thing. When it's a combination of lack of sun, bad sleep, and a bit of stress. The liver, it's the same as herpes virus, but it's not herpes, but in the same family. If you had it once, you have it for the rest of your life. It's in the liver. It only becomes activated when you have bad sleep, bad food, and stress, and then no sun. So all you have to do lysine, which is an amino acid. It's gone in no time.
Lysine.
It's like an amino acid called lysine. But
lysine?
L-Y.
Oh, lysine?
Yeah. And it's you could get it in your food. Garlic has lysine.
So you just take lysine every day?
You can, but you could just eat food that doesn't have, that protects the liver, which is you could do the food that has lysine already in them.
So if someone gets cold sores and they want to avoid them flaring up?
Just do lysine.
Lysine.
That's it.
Just take it every day.
Just take it every day and just go on.
Yeah. So you do that?
Yeah.
Tommy, this is a delicate topic.
Okay.
It's a very delicate topic, and I don't really want to delve into it too much, but because I don't want people to be like, but I've had a lot of people contact me, and ask you and Mick about if they took the vaccine, and then how to cleanse themselves.
Correct.
And I don't want to get into this, that, but I've had a lot of people, I reckon more than More than 100. So maybe not 200, but like a lot. And say, what do people do?
So
if they
regarding vaccine,
if they feel like they need to
do something,
get their blood clean from it or something.
So going back to like early 1900, so I'm ex-military, right? I got like God knows how many vaccines in me.
Ex-military?
You gotta go here 10. You gotta go there 6. You don't say I'm not doing it, sir. You're a GI. You're government issue. You belong to government. You go in there, you get 5. Don't even question what it is. Boom, boom, boom. See you later, and nothing happens. There's no safe vaccine. Doesn't matter if you're against it, pro it. That's a political issue. We don't talk about that here. But as actual health, any vaccine is a bit of
what it is
exposure to what's going to become.
Yep.
But you have an immune system for that.
So like the meningitis one's got meningitis in it. You put it in.
Exactly. You put it in there. But the thing is not control how much is in there. They have to use our heavy metals, eggshells sometimes to get it into cell tissues. What's in there has more side effects. All vaccines from 1900 to what do you have now. So the immune system has the same system. Give me a little bit cold. Oh yeah, I'm cold. I'm gonna get strong for this particular bacteria. The immune system remembers everything. You got all those trillions of friendly bacteria. They're just soldiers. They wait for things to come in and attack it. You don't have to take any vaccine. But even if you did take a vaccine, doesn't matter what you took it for, you could detox. So you could do fast.
That's what if so many people hadn't asked me, it'd be like, what, it is what it is. But how do they clean?
So the best place to start is a fasting. It's not easy. It's going to be pain, depending on how much side effect they had. It had like a massive side effects. Then it'd be a bigger, like a longer time. If not much side effects, then it's easier. You're going to do fast at least for 24 hours. You could do 12-hour dry fasting. That means you don't drink any water. And then 12 hours, just water, filtered water fasting. Fasting was, no food coming in. I'm going to find it. They're going to attack all the bad stuff first, that's what you want. It's all the dead cells, dead bacteria, the wishy-washy things, the weak people that die first, right? That's what it does. So if you do fast for 24 hours, great start. Then you do—
How often?
You could do once a week, easily. Take a day that's easier. You're not around the food. You're not home. Just do one a day. You could do 2 or 3 days, but then you have to check your blood cells and your blood sugars. It gets a bit messy, but 24 hours, everybody could do that. A lot of veggies, has to be organic because they get a lot of spray on a lot of chemical on the veggies, which makes it worse. So you're gonna do organic vegetables. You could juice them, add it to your routine with carrot, like you do, different greens for juicing. That cleans everything out quickly. It's super clean.
Every day they should be taking green juice?
Green juice, yeah. You could, if it's difficult, you could make the whole juice, put in ice cubes, put in the freezer, 10 of them, and take the cubes out and defrost and drink it. But the thing is, you have to give the body a chance to detox. You can't eat 6 meals a day, 8 meals a day, but it's okay. I'm gonna detox. But also gonna
keep feeding your body.
I can't do this. I can't digest. Imagine I'm gonna have a party, poor Tara running around cleaning. If you stay there in the kitchen, she won't be happy. So the thing is like, okay, so I'm gonna detox, but I also have to digest. I don't care about detox. I digest first. So then you're gonna cut down your meals. So the one day you're fasting is great. Maybe the day before skip dinner, the day after skip breakfast. Just try to play with your body, give it a chance to not to eat food all the time, and eat super clean. Your organic berries, your organic fruit, your organic veggies, zero animal product. It's only for a couple of weeks.
Zero animal
products because it takes a lot of blood for digestion. It's hard to absorb, hard to filter. They're not alkalizing most of the time. So you want to eat clean for first week, and you add in your stuff later on, and you just know different. You just feel the different.
So the key out of this is to alkaline your body.
Alkaline,
through
detox,
green stuff,
and fasting.
And what about your green powder?
So green powder has spirulina, chlorella.
Is that a good alternative?
It's designed to. It's blood cleansing.
I have one of those. It's blood cleansing.
That's what I put that in there.
Alkaline and fasting is really the key to this because your body rebuilds itself. Isn't it?
100%.
Yeah,
like 100%.
Your cells rejuvenate how often?
But I know in entire year you will have brand new body. I've seen it happen in the labs. So skin goes every 7 days, taste buds every 7 days. Everything changes. 7 days, 14, 21. So you would literally have brand new body within 1 year.
Okay.
As long as how you build the house with, if it's going to be crappy materials, you have a crappy house, right?
Yeah.
You put good materials, you got a good house.
Yeah, so it's really about having the discipline. Well, you
100%.
got to have the knowledge first, but then the discipline. They can always contact you anyway if they want to ask
It's all
more
discipline.
questions.
It's all
I'm not
discipline.
an expert in that area, so don't contact me anymore about it. When people have dry lips,
Yes.
is that just a sign of dehydration?
It is most of the time, yes, but also if you are heavy on takeouts and a white salt. So when the body is dehydrated, wants food, wants water. Water comes from your eyes, skin first, the easy stuff, then it goes to your organ. So this is the
So if
last.
someone's got dry eyes, it's usually
It's
dehydration.
99% and lack of oils, not having
And
enough
lack of
oils,
oils.
and not having enough water. Because the body is going to find the water, no matter where you hide it, is going to find it. If you come get the munchies and Tara's hiding the homemade cookies, you're going to find it, right? You know, you can sniff it out. It's no different than it's going to be the body finds the water. So dry lips, too much white salt in your diet or takeouts or in the food that you make at home and lack of water. And the more you lick it, the worse it gets because you got salt on the tongue. You put it outside, then the water evaporates and you got salt in there. Just put coconut oil on it a little bit and just drink more water.
I've got one more question to ask you.
Yes.
Oh, actually two. One's for me.
Yes.
Red light bed.
Yes.
I find I not look better, but I find my skin's better if I do it every second day. When I do it every day, it feels like I was like, I don't know. Why is that?
It's the same as too much of a good thing is not a good thing.
Yeah.
Water is the best. I talk about water all the time, but if you have 10 liters, you'll be dead in 2 days. So when you do anti-aging, when you do rebuilding the body also needs a chance to accept it, heal it, then move on. If it's constantly getting bombarded, even by good stuff, it's just like, oh my God, I can't do this again. So that's what it be. Don't do sauna like 7 days a week. If you do, just do once. Don't do like
I can't not do it every day.
Yeah, you can, but you can't. You don't have to do 5 times a day.
No, just one.
I know, but once is fine.
Yeah.
Certain things the body needs only once or twice to see best result.
Yeah.
Eating 10 chicken versus 1 chicken is not the same thing. You need protein, but you need 10 of them in one go? No, don't. So try to make, it's not moderation. When it comes to health, there's no moderation. Just go full out. There's no, I'm going to be, no. I'll put 100% in my health. There's no question there. But certain things, when you do the lights, it has to create collagen. So you're actually aggravating the skin. Yeah. And then it feels amazing the next day. But before it feels amazing, you're back on again. More aggravation. Back again.
So it doesn't let it.
Like kickboxing. You get hit every day. You need a day off. The body needs.
So what's ideal for the red light bed then?
It's great to have it 3 to 4 times a week.
Okay.
Relaxing, collagen buildings. It covers a lot of stuff. Yeah, amazing stuff.
Okay, I'll do that then. Last question. Why do people feel burnt out and disconnected? I sort of know that you're going to say, but is there anything else that we haven't covered? Yeah. Like if people are feeling burnt out and disconnected with life, what should they do?
So this is it's actually a very good question, Matt. So what happens I have given people like the best meal plan, the best supplements. Like this is gold. And they still don't feel right. And I know exactly because I could look at when you tell me your story, your sleep patterns and your lifestyle and family history, I know exactly why it's not working. Tell me I'm doing everything. I'm training, I'm taking my supplements, I'm not doing this, I'm doing by the book, like not one thing off the page. I still feel rotten because where they live, the partner, the job, the family, they're not happy. The body is not, this is not only not one thing. You got the body, the mind, and your spirit. You can't just heal one part. The doctors heal just the body. It doesn't work. The body has 3 different things, 3 angles. You're going to fix all of them. You can't just say, I'm going to give Matt the best supplements, the best food, the best gym. Great. Well, if Matt is not happy at work, he's going to come home, he'll be inflamed gut, he won't digest the food, he will not digest the iron, he won't sleep, he don't recover. So they get burned out. The food makes a big difference to push you down quicker. But where you are, where you work, who you work with, your partner. Like we've been married a handful of times, you and I. If you're not happy, just give him everything. Walk away. Oh, I've worked my heart. Yes, you work for this very hard. But do you want to live in your car and be super happy, which I have done, be amazingly happy, or be in a massive house and be like this all the time? It doesn't pay. When people get burned out, is 90% of the time is the emotional burnout. You work like like a beast, right? You work crazy hours, and your work is not like it's like heavy work. You guys going insane. You're not burned out. You just started after 30 years doing this because your life is happy. Your wife is beautiful. You got amazing kids. Food is great. Gym is great. Everything that you have, your mind, the body, and spirit, everybody's happy. Once you take one angle out, if the body is not happy or the mind is not happy or the spirit is not happy, emotional, then nothing works. They get burned out because they don't focus on three things. They focus on one thing. I'm going to hit the gym really hard. How about just come home, hang out with the kids? How about just go hang out with your wife, have a date night, get a massage, get an acupuncture. So it's not only the body. People get burned out most of the time. I look at the blood test, I look at the food, I look at what they wrote. I'm like, this poor guy is stressed out. 4 kids, 6 kids, not happy at home. That's why it's not nothing's working. I have done it purposely, give the person the highest quality stuff for God. Like the highest quality on the planet. The person's still constipated, still bloated. I know why, because he's not happy. They go on holidays, boom, you're not sick, you have no aches and pain, you got no pimple, you feel amazing. Why? Because you left everything.
It's your skin cleared up.
Yeah, because you leave everything behind here. You might not eat healthy there, but you still like, I still better, I got no joint pain. Oh, my brain is empty in there, my gut is happy there. So as you land in freaking Sydney, starts again. So it's their environment.
That's interesting. Yeah. Jackson said to me when we were away, he goes, Dad, I'm on the way on holidays. He goes, my skin's clear, I feel great. Oh.
Because it's not stress. It's not stress. He's going to the ocean. He gets up in the morning. The body needs, you don't have to go on a faint, you have to go away just to go away. You could get in a car and like I went to Melbourne with Anna a couple of years ago. We just drove out there. Just go somewhere, do something. You can't do, no matter how much you love your work, you get burned out because resentment and not appreciating the 3 angles. So you got the mind, your spirit, and your body. You're going to get them also. Nobody's important on the other one, but if the mind is not happy, which starts from the gut, then nothing works. You could have the best medicine. I've seen it. I've seen it for the past 40 years. The person does, like, oh, you feel bad doing everything. Like the way you do yours, imagine you done everything as you do now. Tell me, I still feel like cranky, I'm tired, I'm bloated, I'm constipated. Like, we're doing everything. But we know it's not working because you weren't happy. So it's showing that they get burned out, people, is just the reason. They forget one angle. And they know which is more important, they're all important, equally important. So do meditation, do stretching, go for a walk, do a date night. If you're not happy, man, no money in this. Because I see people getting sick, really, really, really sick. Young age, man, 50 years old, man, 55, 60 years old, just brand new, like my age. And they're not going to make it in 5 years. They are so burned out because they're not happy at home. Is it really worth it? Just go, man.
People don't know this, but I talk to you every day.
Yes.
And you are like so many people are, I want Tommy's protein, and you hand make all your protein powder. You do everything.
Yeah.
The other day I tried to contact you, you said, I'm blending today, I'll talk to you tomorrow or something. You just text me back. So you're absorbed in it. So it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
And then all these people that are saying, I want Tommy to do my bloods and this and that. And you said to me, you don't want to get, because you've been in the military, you've been super busy, you've run businesses, you've done this, and now you won't trade your happiness for any amount of money.
Never.
And you said that to me because more and more people are saying, I want Tommy to do this and that.
I put that one thing.
And you're always, you're always there for people. It's
always,
great. But I've noticed you protect your happiness, number one.
Because I've been in the point that I had everything and I was so unhappy. Everything that man wants, right? The money, the house, the cars, this, that, the other thing, money in the bank. And I was like so miserable, drinking, not doing very smart things. And then I'll tell people now, I'm fully booked till next year, which I am. Because I take your people, your friends, your mates. I have my own people with dementia and Alzheimer's. So, and they have cancers and stuff. So I had like people that I feel amazing when I give. I feel the best when I like do something nice for somebody. Could be walking down the staircase in the mall with the shopping center in the bags, and then you give to somebody. It makes me extremely happy. But then I got a wife, Anna. All right, Anna doesn't ask for anything. She's the easiest person. She's kind. She's gentle. She's just absolutely beautiful. And I feel so bad when I'm on my line all day long. Oh, I got papers everywhere, going here, going there, and she's like whooping around the house. Oh, my husband is like. And we take half a day off on Friday. And she said, honey, like you're not young, you're in the 60s. And I love that you work hard and you train hard and you're happy. But we spend quality time, half a day a week. Really? Half a day? Is it enough for us? And when I'm half a day is my happiest time a week.
I was going to say to you, what makes Tommy happy?
Just do nothing. Like literally, I do all my work. It's bits of everything. Training, ice bathing, sprinting, spend time with my wife, with her family, the amazing family. That makes me happy. Everything is one goal.
So it sounds like you're happiest when everything's connected.
Yes. You can't have one part dirty. It doesn't work that way because humanly we're interconnected. If my wife is happy, but I'm not happy at my job or vice versa. Like I drive, it take me 2 hours to get to work. I don't need to go to work, but I like to go because I like my staff. I like my team there. I like the customers there. 2 hours, 4 hours a day I do. 2 hours to go work and 2 hours to come back. On a train and a bus, driving does my head in. I'm like, 4 hours a day. What am I doing? But I know when I'm there, I'm so happy because I'm not in the office. I'm not sitting down. I'm on my feet, talk to different customers. I hug all my customers. That's my immune system. I don't get sick because I got bacteria coming to me left and right. For children to old people. So it is important. End of the day, we all do things to be happier, right? That's end of the goal. I want to be the happiest person. I want to have this car. But you have to give so much for this car to be happy. And as you have done and I have done it, 2 weeks, shit, wears off. I parked the car first day by itself and somewhere no car around it. Then 2 weeks later, on a corner with 1,000 cars. So the true happiness is what cannot be taken away from you. Cars, we have lost cars, we have lost houses, wives, God knows what else we have lost. The one they cannot take away from you is you and who you love. They're always there. At the worst day, at the best day, Jacko is going to be always there. This is your happiness. If this man is happy, your tank is filled. Your baby is happy, your wife is happy. All of this could go, man. You have done it how many times?
A number.
0 to ground, build it up. 0 to ground, build it up. It's like challenge, no biggies. But if you lost your loved one, you can't get him back. You'll be empty. Like, is it having the best car? No tires. I think what makes you happy, if you put it points, your wife, your babies, your kid, your baby, and all the kids, they're the one that always been with you from day one. They are your support group. Yes, you might not see them every day, but without them, you'd be like, because I've been there, you feel like lost. Like I didn't see my girls for quite a few years. Man, I was like, I did everything today that I do now, I did then. And I knew I come home, I had to fake it to Anna. I was not happy. You just feel like lost because this is their part of you. And none of them can take it away because you can't buy them. That's what I said the other day. I said, the proudest moment in your life should be when the kids are adult. Dad, you want to come for lunch? Oh, my kids want to hang out with me. I see all the time, I haven't seen my kids for 2 years. Why? So it's you, it's not them. So when the kids kind of call you and spend time with you, that's like the best. You win. You done it. Doesn't matter how much money you have, the kids chooses to spend time with you on his day off. Dad, let's go for dinner. Let's go for a walk. Let's go for a swim. Let's go to the gym. That is something you cannot buy. You cannot teach. But you could grave, no matter how much money you have, 2 meter or 1 meter and a coffin, right? Doesn't matter how rich you are or how fancy your funeral is going to be. There's not one thing, if they're lucky, to give you a nice suit. There's not one thing you can take with you. But you could have one person on the grave, and I don't want to get emotional, but your son will have that the whole street was blocked off. That's what you want. That's the person you want to be. Doesn't matter what you have. I feel that I know they could buy you and I as a slave. And when they died, I went there and like there's no way here. Like not embarrassing, just hurt. But it wasn't them. It was him, how he raised those people. We have lost kids.
Yeah.
You know how painful
You've lost kids too.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I tell you, it's painful, but you have them. Got the wife.
Got a spare one.
Yeah. This guy is going to be forever. He's going to put us in the grave, both of us.
Yeah.
So I think you're going to see what makes you happy. And I know we've done it no matter how much I tell somebody else, they have our age, the money, the house. if you get a paycheck for $1,000 and that becomes 10,000, 100,000, extra zeros you put on there, you're going to give up something else. What are you giving up? Is it worth it?
No. So I think we'll end on that, that happiness is number one. And then this whole gut health thing is really about the pursuit of happiness.
It's part of it.
Yeah,
because if you're not happy here,
Yeah.
you know for a fact you will not be happy out there.
Yeah.
Yes, if you have trauma in your life and abuse stuff there, it's different. But if you're not happy here, you won't make good decisions.
Yeah.
And it just goes.
Yeah, exactly. And part of that is, it does take discipline and consistency and knowledge to make yourself happy and healthy.
Yes.
But on what you were saying at the end there, I think a bit of bravery as well in life.
Yeah.
If you're not happy with your work environment, make some decisions, change it.
Because it could be there in 5 years. Oh my God, I'm still the same job. What was I thinking?
Yeah, exactly. Life's important, time's important.
See, you can't add, this is what my mother used to say. My mother couldn't read or write, right? The person's fully illiterate farmer. She also say, you cannot add days to your life, or you can add life to your days. I'm like, what does that mean, Mom?
That's awesome.
I'm thinking, now I'm thinking about in my 60s. I'm like, oh yeah, she knew something.
So really value each day.
Yeah, because we both know you cannot be here tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
That's one thing human cannot precisely tell when you're gonna go. But if you're here, don't say, no, I'm gonna hug Jacko later. No, hug Jacko now.
Jacko.
I'm telling you.
I loved hugging Jacko.
I'm gonna go see my kids. So I didn't say goodbye to my daughter. Yeah, you make that freaking time. Because if you say, hey, I'll tell all your staff, not your staff, but our staff, guys, tomorrow morning I got amazing buyers coming from China or Japan over, guaranteed sales. He needs one person. Be there at 3:30 in the morning. Believe me, they're gonna be there. All your staff, all your real estate guys, they're gonna be there dressed up. They got 2 o'clock, shower, shaved, dressed up, ready to go. You wanna go to the gym at 4 o'clock? Oh, it's so early. What does that mean? So they won't go to the gym at 4 o'clock, but they will go there for 3 o'clock in the morning.
Sure.
So the priority is your happiness.
Yes.
Then the body deserves it. If you have a car, you do vaccine, tune up, this, that. Your poor body, what do we do for it?
Yeah.
Nothing. It deserves it, and it gives you back tenfold more, really.
King of Nutrition, Tommy, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
My pleasure. Thanks.